There's a low rumble in the Staples Center these days, an electricity that crackles through every corner of Los Angeles, from the purple and gold banners waving in the rafters down to the voices echoing in every sports bar. Something big is brewing, something that could reshape the Lakers' entire roster this summer. Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where every whisper becomes news and every rumor has the power to change a season. And before we dive into today's bombshell, do us a favor, hit that like button right now, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a single update on your Lakers. Trust me, you'll want to be here when this story unfolds. Now, let's cut to the chase. Word on the street is that the Lakers are zeroing in on Jrue Holiday, potentially prying him away from the Boston Celtics in a blockbuster summer swap. Could it be true? Could Rob Pelinka really orchestrate a deal that robs Boston of one of its cornerstone defensive guards and injects LA with the veteran leadership, tenacity, and championship pedigree this franchise craves? Let's rewind for a moment. The Celtics, fresh off a finals run, are bracing for a salary cap squeeze. With star contracts looming and luxury tax penalties threatening to balloon, rumors are swirling that Boston may need to unload one or two pieces from its prized core. At the top of the chopping block, Jrue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. Now, the idea of shipping off Kristaps seems like a long shot, as some insiders quip, you can't bench the unicorn's unicorn horn. But Jrue, a lockdown defender, and seasoned floor general, suddenly becomes the perfect trade chip. Fansided's Sviatoslav Rovenchuk recently speculated on a Lakers-Celtics summer swap, suggesting that Los Angeles could pounce on Holiday's expiring deal and swing a package to Boston that satisfies both clubs' needs. The Lakers have the cap flexibility and assets to absorb Holiday's contract, Rovenchuk wrote, and Boston could use extra draft picks and young talent to recalibrate for another title push down the line. Could that package include Talon Horton-Tucker, a couple of second-rounders, and perhaps a future protected first? Is it possible that the Lakers would be willing to part with depth pieces and picks to bring in a guard who averaged 15 points, 5 assists, and 1.5 steals last season, all while anchoring one of the league's best defenses? Some insiders believe that Jrue's experience in championship environments, he has an NBA Finals title on his resume, makes him uniquely qualified to shepherd this young Lakers squad through a brutal Western Conference gauntlet. Fans are already debating the merits on social media. Jrue's defense would be huge next to LeBron and Luka, one tweet reads. Another fan on Reddit argues, Holiday is the missing two-way guard we've needed since the Byron Scott era. But others caution, at what cost? We can't mortgage our future for a one-year rental. And that, right there, highlights the tension in every great trade rumor. It's a high-stakes poker game where the bluff can be as powerful as the hand you show. Let's dive into Holiday's recent resume. Last year with Boston, he posted career-high shooting splits, 49% from the field, 42% from three, while still averaging nearly 1.5 steals per game. His on-court IQ is off the charts. He anticipates passing lanes, rallies teammates, and brings a defensive intensity that could transform the Lakers' perimeter coverage overnight. Remember how D'Angelo Russell sometimes struggled to stay in front of quicker guards? Imagine Jrue taking those matchups every night. Imagine the switchability with Rui Hachimura at the 4. Imagine shutting down the opponent's primary ball handler in crunch time. Of course, it would require the Lakers to clear cap space, perhaps by declining Patrick Beverley's optional player option, or moving out a contract like that of Lonnie Walker IV. But Pelinka has always been a master at creative, salary gymnastics. And if anyone can balance out this rumored deal, it's the front office architect who delivered Anthony Davis, who pulled off the Melo trade, and who flipped Davis into Luka earlier this season, and the timing couldn't be more tantalizing. With a loaded free agent class on the horizon, name-brand wings, defensive specialists, and potential two-way stars up for grabs, landing Holiday could send a message to the league. The Lakers mean business now. They're not just going to chase marquee names. They're going to snag players who fit the championship mold, players who can guard, shoot, and lead. Holiday checks all those boxes. Yet, as with any blockbuster, there are risks. Jrue's durability has been questioned. He played only 52 games last season due to nagging ankle and wrist issues. Would Lakers fans endure another year of lineup shuffles if he misses extended time? And what about the chemistry? Transitioning from Boston's ball movement offense to LA's superstar-driven system might require an adjustment period. Would Holiday defer to LeBron in late-game situations, or would there be a clash of egos? Some skeptics think it's a gamble too far, but then consider what Holiday brings off the court: his veteran presence in the locker room, his mentorship of younger guards, his playoff-tested poise under pressure. Those intangible qualities often go overlooked until they're desperately needed. Remember when Frank Vogel's Lakers leaned on Rajon Rondo's leadership in 2020? Jrue is that kind of stabilizer, only younger, more versatile, and arguably more impactful in today's positionless NBA. Could this be the moment when Rob Pelinka outfoxes Boston, stealing a prized piece while sending a clear warning shot to the rest of the conference? Could it be the turning point that elevates the Lakers from good to legitimate title contender in 2025 to 26? Fans are buzzing with possibilities. Some insiders whisper that a deal is already in the works, with confidential negotiations underway in Pelinka's office. Others believe nothing will happen until after the draft lottery, when Boston can prioritize its cap-clearing strategy. One thing certain: the mere suggestion of Jrue Holiday donning the Lakers' purple and gold has created an itch that every fan wants to scratch. It's the kind of speculation that keeps you up at night, refreshing your feeds, checking for any nugget of confirmation. And, as always with Lakers rumors, the line between reality and wishful thinking blurs, until the moment you see the press conference invite pop up on your calendar. So, what do you think? Could Jrue Holiday become the Lakers' newest superstar stealer this summer? Is this the boldest move Rob Pelinka could make? Could this roster finally have the defensive backbone it's been missing? I'm telling you, this rumor has all the makings of a franchise-defining decision if it comes to fruition. But remember, nothing is official until the ink is dry, until the phone calls are made, until the league office rubber stamps the paperwork. And that sweet moment, when Holiday steps into the purple and gold locker room for the first time, might be closer than anyone realizes. Could this blockbuster move be the defining moment that shifts the Lakers into true title contention? Let's explore the domino effect. First, imagine the impact on the Lakers' backcourt alignment. With Jrue Holiday patrolling the perimeter, the defensive assignments suddenly tighten. Holiday's ability to shut down premier guards, shutting off driving lanes, anticipating passes, forcing contested shots, means that LeBron James and Luka Doncic can focus more on their offensive duties without sacrificing defensive stability. Picture LeBron conserving energy on defense, knowing Holiday has the assignment on the other team's best attacker. Picture Luka orchestrating the offense, confident that Holiday's help-side rotations have the wing locked down. It's the ultimate dream scenario for a modern, positionless NBA team. Two superstars on offense, one shutdown guard on defense, and roster pieces built to complement that core. Then there's the offensive creativity Holiday brings. He's more than just a defender. Holiday's pull-up jumper will stretch opposing defenses, creating driving lanes for LeBron and kick-out opportunities for role players. His pick-and-roll execution is polished, his craftiness in the mid-range lethal. Add Jrue to the mix, and suddenly LeBron is sharing the court with another veteran playmaker who understands pace and space principles. How many times have we seen LeBron slog through pick-and-rolls with inexperienced ball handlers? No more. Holiday's presence means fewer turnovers, crisper reads, and a more balanced offensive load. The Lakers' offense could shift from LeBron isolated to a more fluid, multi-headed attack that keeps defenses guessing. And let's talk about spacing. One of the Lakers' biggest criticisms last season was the uneven spacing around LeBron. With Holiday hitting 40% from three, defenses can't sag off, which means more room for LeBron to operate inside and more corner threes for shooters like Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. Suddenly, those catch-and-shoot threes become nearly automatic. Suddenly, the Lakers' offense feels less predictable and more lethal. Opponents will have to choose between guarding three-point threats or preventing LeBron's drives, and that indecision is worth extra points every night. But what happens to the current rotation? If Holiday arrives, the Lakers must absorb his minutes without stunting the development of youngsters like D'Angelo Russell or unleashing Talen Horton-Tucker too early. Could Russell shift into a sixth-man role, scoring off the bench alongside fellow reserves? Could Horton-Tucker see fewer minutes but more defined roles, say, as a backcourt spark plug in the second unit? Rob Pelinka would have to juggle minutes carefully, ensuring that Holiday's 32-34 minutes per game don't come at the expense of giving talent the room to grow. Yet, for a championship window, this narrow veteran production often trumps development. It's why contenders trade future picks for established stars. We also need to consider the ripple effect on the Lakers' cap sheet. Bringing in Holiday on his expiring deal opens a short-term championship window. It signals that the front office is willing to mortgage future flexibility for immediate success. That could deter some free agents who prefer long-term commitment, but it could also attract veterans eager to chase a ring. Imagine Holiday's presence convincing another veteran wing, say Reggie Jackson or even Chris Middleton, to sign on the dotted line. Suddenly, the Lakers' offseason resembles a domino setup. One big move leads to another, each attracting talent until the roster resembles a true roster of contenders instead of a patchwork of stopgaps. And what about the chemistry in the locker room? Jrue Holiday is known not only for his on-court tenacity, but also for his professionalism and leadership. He's the kind of teammate who holds others accountable without alienating them, who leads by example in film sessions and late-night workouts. For a team still finding its identity under Coach Darvin Ham, that veteran voice could be invaluable. Could Holiday's arrival galvanize the locker room, instilling a culture of relentless defense and unselfish play? Could younger players rise to match his intensity and discipline? Those intangible benefits often separate champions from pretenders. Of course, no move is without its caveats. Holiday's injury history raises concerns. Would the Lakers push him too hard, risking another stint on the shelf at the worst possible time? Would his style of play, constantly diving for loose balls, battling for defensive position, wear on his body and limit his postseason availability? Pelinka would have to manage his minutes with surgical precision, perhaps even employing occasional load management to preserve his health for April and May. That gamble could cost the Lakers regular season seeding, but if it ensures Holiday is at his best come playoff time, it might be worth the trade-off. Beyond individual fit, consider the broader league landscape. A Lakers-Celtics swap for Holiday would rekindle the oldest rivalry in sports, this time centered on a trade rather than a finals series. Boston would lose a defensive stalwart while the Lakers gain one, flipping narratives and media storylines overnight. National attention would pivot to Los Angeles as the aggressor, the bold organization willing to take risks. And with LeBron's contract winding down after next season, adding Holiday pushes the championship timeline forward, maximizing LeBron's final years and Luka's prime. As the rumor mill churns, pressure mounts on every stakeholder, on Pelinka to pull off the deal, on Coach Ham to integrate Holiday seamlessly, on LeBron and Luka to embrace the new backcourt partner, and on every role player to adapt. The stakes couldn't be higher. A successful acquisition of Jrue Holiday could vault the Lakers into immediate title contention. A misstep could leave them overextended and shortchanged in future drafts. It's a high-wire act worthy of Hollywood, and that brings us to the ultimate question. Will Rob Pelinka make the move? Will he bet big, trading assets and cap flexibility to bring in Jrue Holiday and tilt the championship odds in the Lakers' favor? Or will he hold back, preserving future assets in hopes of a more measured approach? Lakers fans are divided, but everyone agrees on one thing. This rumor is exactly the kind of bold chess move that Lakers News Fan Report lives for. Now, here's where you come in. Are you on board with the Lakers snagging Jrue Holiday this summer? Do you trust Pelinka's vision and Holiday's fit alongside LeBron and Luka? Or do you worry that trading future flexibility for a one-year rental is too steep a price? I'm fired up at the thought of Jrue patrolling the perimeter, locking down opponents, and sparking this team on both ends. I believe it could be the catalyst that finally brings a championship back to LA. But I want to hear your take. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I can't wait to read your insights. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and ring that notification bell. We're just getting started on this rumor, and you won't want to miss a single update as the story develops.